Okay, imagine this. A tool that claims it's a $600 Festool killer,
Right.
but it costs just $143. That's the, well, audacious promise from Vevor with their cordless track saw.
That is quite the claim.
So today we're doing a deep dive into that. We're unpacking the, frankly, wild claims and some really chaotic reviews around this super budget-friendly saw.
Yeah, the reviews are all over the place on this one.
Exactly. So our mission for you listening is to sift through all these contradictions. We want to help you understand if it's, a revolutionary bargain
Or just...
or just a classic case of you get what you pay for.
Right. Let's get into it.
Okay, so starting with the specs, Vevor actually lists some, well, surprisingly decent features on paper. It's a 5.5-inch cordless saw. It's got a brushless motor, which, usually means better efficiency, more power.
Yeah, generally longer tool life, too. That's a good sign, usually.
Right. And a 2.05-inch cutting depth. And here's the kicker. They claim compatibility with Makita batteries and their track system.
Okay, that's huge, if true.
Yeah. It sounds like it could deliver, professional results. But at that price, it feels almost like a typo.
Well, it does.
Can a $143 tool really hold its own against the big names?
What's really fascinating here isn't just that it's cheaper. It's the scale of the difference.
Yeah.
You got the Vevor at $143. Then, like, a Makita track saw is maybe around $400. And Festool, we're talking over $600.
Huge gap.
It's not just a little discount. It immediately shoves the Vevor into this distinct budget tier, almost a danger zone for quality expectations.
Really?
It really highlights that whole good enough thing in the tool world, where some people just want the absolute lowest entry price and they'll accept. Well, compromises.
Big compromises, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. It's a market segment that premium brands, they don't even really touch.
So, okay, specs are one thing, but what happens when these saws actually land in people's workshops? That's where it gets chaotic is a good word. We've seen reviews genuinely citing incredible accuracy, calling it top-notch after weeks of use. Some people even bought a second one.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising.
It really is. How do you square that kind of praise with what you'd normally expect for under $150?
Well, you flip the coin.
Right.
And you get the reality bombs, as some put it, especially looking at reviews from places like Home Depot.
Ah, okay. What kind of bongs are we talking?
Specific recurring issues, like users saying they couldn't adjust the cutting depth because the bolts just wouldn't budge.
It wouldn't budge.
Nope. One guy even mentioned using a cheater bar that's like a pipe on your wrench handle for serious leverage.
Wow, okay. So properly seized.
Sounds like it. Then there's the spring tension being apparently way too strong, making precision cuts almost impossible.
How so?
Well, the tension could apparently flex the blade just enough, when plunging, to throw off a perfectly straight cut, especially on longer runs.
Right, exactly what you don't want from a track saw.
Precisely.
Yeah.
A lot of users just gave up, returned it, and maybe went for something like a Ryobi instead. The consensus from that side seems to be, it cuts straight enough for rough lumber,
Okay.
but wouldn't trust it for finished carpentry. Which, kind of makes sense for the price, maybe. It reminds me of this time I bought some super cheap pro-grade gadget online. Spent more time fiddling with it than using it.
Huh. Been there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have these totally conflicting user experiences. Some love it, some find it basically unusable for precision work. But let's zoom out. What about Vevor as a company? What's their broader reputation like?
That's a really important piece of the puzzle here. If you look at, say, pissed consumer reviews, they average about 1.8 out of 5 stars. And that's from almost 900 reviews. The big complaints: poor customer service and quality control.
Oof, 1.8 is not great.
No.
Yeah.
And it suggests it's not just a few unlucky buyers. It points towards more systematic problems.
Right.
And then you look at Better Business Bureau complaints. You see ongoing disputes about product quality, warranty support.
Yeah.
It really suggests that if your $143 saw does break,
Getting help might be tough.
could be very difficult, yeah. It definitely adds another layer to thinking about the tool's actual value.
Okay, so we've looked at the claims, the mixed bag of real-world use, the company background.
Yeah.
After all that, what's the bottom line? What's the verdict for you, the listener, thinking about maybe buying this?
Okay, my take. It is absolutely, definitively not a Festool killer. Or even really a Makita alternative if you need consistent precision.
Right.
I think it's best positioned as a budget option for maybe hobbyists doing rougher carpentry, where absolute precision isn't the number one priority, and you're explicitly trading that for, well, massive savings.
So like breaking down sheet goods for framing, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Or maybe it's an entry point for someone who just wants to try a track saw concept without dropping hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
But you absolutely have to go in with eyes wide open.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot expect miracles from a $143 tool that's making $600 claims.
Mm-hmm.
It's an option if, and it's a big if. Your main goal is minimal upfront cost, and your projects can tolerate a bit less finesse.
Okay, that makes sense. So this deep dive really shows that clear trade-off with the Vevor saw. You save a significant chunk of money.
A very significant chunk.
But you're potentially compromising on precision, maybe reliability, and definitely on customer support if things go wrong.
Exactly.
Which leaves you, the listener, with a really interesting challenge, doesn't it? When does an incredible price actually help your projects, empower you, and when does it just set you up for frustration and maybe even cost you more in the long run?
Yeah, how do you really measure the true cost of a tool? It's not just the sticker price, is it? It's the time, the effort, maybe redoing work.
Something definitely worth thinking about before your next tool purchase.